All right, let's dive into a topic that, let's be honest, affects every single one of us: financial literacy. And this isn't about becoming a math whiz or a Wall Street guru. Nope. It's about building a future for yourself that's secure and way, way less stressful. So, let's get into it.
So here's the game plan. We're going to start with a simple checklist of what you really need to know. Then we'll nail down the absolute fundamentals, money in, money out. After that, we get to the exciting part: how to actually grow your wealth by building assets while avoiding the huge traps of debt. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into a straightforward plan you can actually use.
So here's this weird puzzle that we need to figure out. On paper, people today are wealthier than at any other point in history. So why are so many of us completely stressed out about money? Why are people living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in credit card debt, and just struggling to get by? How is that possible? Well, the answer isn't just about earning more money. It's about understanding the key ideas we're about to walk through. You see, the real key to breaking that cycle of stress is something called financial literacy. And don't worry, this isn't some crazy complex skill. It's really just a basic checklist of ideas that helps you understand how money actually works in your life. It all starts with a simple definition. So what are we really talking about here? At its core, financial literacy is just having the know-how to manage your money well. It's understanding the basics, like budgeting, what debt really means, from your credit card to your mortgage, and just the fundamental concepts that let you, take back control. Okay, now let's get into the engine room of your finances. Everything starts right here, with two things: what's coming in and what's going out. Getting a handle on this flow of income and expenses is, without a doubt, the most important first step you can take. Let's talk about income. It's so easy to think that you get paid for how hard you work, right? For the hours you put in, but that's not quite right. In the real world, you get paid for the value you create for other people. So here's the big takeaway. If you want to increase your income, you have to ask yourself, how can I become more valuable? That could mean getting better at your job, learning a new skill, or just being the most reliable person on your team. Now, what about expenses? If you have no idea where your money is going every month, there's no way you can control it. A really great, simple way to think about this is the 50-30-20 rule. The idea is that about 50% of your take-home pay goes to stuff you absolutely need: housing, food, bills. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff, like going out or hobbies. And that last 20%? That's for your finances, paying down debt, and most importantly, saving for your future. It's a simple roadmap that puts you in charge. And this quote right here, it just perfectly sums up what happens when you don't have a plan. You're constantly trying to pay for last month's choices with this month's money. You're always playing catch-up. And it's not just a numbers problem, it's exhausting. It has this huge, debilitating effect on your mental health and just your ability to enjoy your life. Okay, so once you've got a handle on your cash flow, it's time to get to the really fun part. Seriously, this is where we stop just managing money and start actually making it grow for you. This is all about building assets. Building wealth all starts with one incredibly simple habit: saving. Even if it's a tiny amount each week, the act of putting money aside is what matters. The secret here is to pay yourself first. What that means is, before you pay your rent or buy groceries, you set up an automatic transfer to your savings account the second your paycheck hits. If the money never hits your main account, you're a lot less likely to spend it. This one trick is the foundation for everything. Now, when it comes to investing that savings, there's one piece of advice that is absolutely timeless. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. It's a cliché for a reason. Think about it. If all your money is in one company's stock and that company goes bust, well, you lose everything. Diversification is your safety net. It just means spreading your money across lots of different investments, so if one does poorly, the others can balance it out. So right now, you might be thinking, okay, great, but how am I supposed to buy stocks in hundreds of different companies? Well, that's where something called an index fund comes in. Think of it as an easy button for investing. An index fund lets you buy a tiny piece of a huge basket of companies all at once, like the S&P 500, which holds 500 of the biggest companies in the US. It is the single easiest way to diversify your money without needing to be some kind of stock market genius.
All right, now we have arrived at what is, quite possibly, the most important concept in building wealth. It's a force so powerful that Albert Einstein himself was supposedly in awe of it. It's called compound interest, and once you get how this works, it is an absolute game changer.
So how does it work? Well, with simple interest, you only ever earn interest on the money you first put in. It's okay, but it's slow.
But with compound interest, you earn interest on your original money plus all the interest you've already earned. So your interest starts earning its own interest. It creates this incredible snowball effect that just gets bigger and bigger and faster over time.
Let's make this feel real for a second. Over the long run, a diverse portfolio of stocks has returned around 7% a year on average. At that rate, thanks to the power of compounding, your money will double in value roughly every 10 years, all by itself. That's not magic, it's just math, and it's working for you.
And this timeline shows exactly why the most important ingredient is time. Look at this. Someone who starts investing even small amounts at age 25 gives their money decades to grow and compound. But someone who waits until 50, they have to pour in way more money just to try and catch up. And the final gap we're talking about, it's not a few $1,000s. It can literally be hundreds of thousands of dollars, all because of that head start.
Now, that same incredibly powerful force of compounding, it has a dark side. It can work against you just as fiercely. And that happens when we start talking about liabilities, or, in simple terms, the money you owe. This is the danger zone of debt.
But you gotta understand, not all debt is evil. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is when you borrow money to buy an asset that can grow in value, like a house, or to increase your income, like a student loan for a valuable degree. Bad debt, that's when you borrow money for things you just consume, things that are gone once you use them, like using a credit card for pizza, new clothes, or a vacation.
And this is why that bad debt is so dangerous. It makes you poorer. When you buy that pizza on a credit card and don't pay it off, that interest starts compounding against you. Pretty soon, you're paying way more than the original price for something that's long gone. Seriously, avoiding high-interest credit card debt, especially when you're young, might be the single best financial gift you can ever give yourself.
So we've walked through income and expenses, building assets, and avoiding liabilities. Now, let's pull all these pieces together into a simple, clear, actionable plan that you can use to build your own success. Here it is, your 4-point checklist for a secure future. Number 1, focus on increasing your income by creating more value. 2, get control of your expenses with a simple budget like 50, 30, 20. 3, build your assets by making saving a non-negotiable habit and investing for the long haul. And 4, limit your debt to only the things that can help you grow. That's it. That's the plan.
You know, one of the biggest things that holds people back is that we're all so scared to talk about money. It's like this big taboo. We're afraid we'll sound dumb or that we don't know enough. But keeping quiet is the worst thing you can do. The more you talk about it with people you trust, the more you learn. And those open conversations are the fastest way to get more confident and more capable.
So we'll end on this one last question. Getting smart with your money isn't about sacrifice or restriction. It's about making choices today that will give you freedom and security tomorrow. The small habits you start right now are, without a doubt, the greatest gift you can possibly give to the person you're going to become.